Yeah, with the emergence of 3D, and then you also had Nintendo's attempt at the virtual reality with the Virtual Boy, I believe, but it really wasn't virtual reality. It was just like a projector of some type.
Here, Richard. I'm gonna give you a shot. Hang in there.
Jill, here's my radio. Take it. I'm... Does it ever not hurt? I'm okay. The others...
Okay, so Richard is all good now. That's good. And then the 90s was also, I remember that's with the introduction of CDs, developers were also now able to input cutscenes and stuff. I remember at first the way the way they did it back then to make cutscenes realistic was that they actually used live action cutscenes, which gotta say, eh, compared to today's standards, they look really bad. I mean, just look at the original Mortal Kombat games. The sprites were all, uh, they weren't animated. They were actually, uh, uh, they were actually real people that were recorded. That's why the sprites look so weird but realistic. And that's how they did it back then to try to achieve a sense of realism. Let's get out of here before this guy kills us. What else happened in the 90s? I mean, I guess the 90s also introduced the Game Boy, but that was actually a good kind of experimentation. Brought us Pokemon, one of the best games ever made in my opinion. I mean, there really is no debate with that. Look at Pokemon, I'd say it's bigger than it was back then, now. So, that's a good thing for sure. Yeah, the 90s era of gaming was very experimental, but I think a lot of people may also refer to it as like the golden age of gaming, right? Could be wrong. Okay, yeah, now I remember where I'm going now. I lost my train of thought there. Just thinking about 90s gaming. It really was a unique era, though. You know, the 90s also introduced us to Sonic the Hedgehog, which I know, Sonic nowadays, I know a lot of people hate on Sonic now and they say that all his games suck, but hey, back then he was good, he was better than Mario. Of course, I gotta let you guys know I am a huge Sonic. Oh, no. Oh, I barely escaped. I didn't even know Forrest could spawn in that hall. He really threw me off guard. So yeah, unfortunately I actually am a huge Sonic fan. I always have been ever since I was little, and the reason for that is because I actually did play, I played the first game when I was little. That was like probably one of the first video games I ever played, so because of that, that's why I love Sonic. And I actually don't find a lot of his modern games as bad as people say. Well, it depends. Like Sonic 06 is clearly terrible, and so is Sonic Boom, and Sonic Forces for me was a huge letdown. It was a huge disappointment. It had the potential, but it was a huge disappointment. And of course, unlike with Chris, Jill can actually play the piano, so now we don't have to wait for Rebecca to, you know, finish practicing. But of course, I forgot to pick up the emblem, so now I have to backtrack and get that. Hopefully, I don't run into Forrest. Okay, yeah, I think I just heard him, but we were able to get to the door with enough time. So yeah, with Sonic Forces, I found that a huge letdown. Of course, Sonic Mania, that was a really great game. And you know, believe me, I'm not one of like those. I'm not a toxic Sonic fan. I'm not, you know, I don't do those. I don't do any of the cringy Sonic fan art. I don't. I'm not the type of person who says, or I'm not the fan who says, "Oh yeah, all 3D Sonic games suck. I'll bring back the 2D era." I actually like, I gotta be honest, I actually like the 3D era a little more than the 2D era. That's just me, of course. And I know what you might be wondering, what games from the 3D era must I like that make me say that they're better than 2D. Well, for example, Sonic Adventure 2 is probably like one of my all-time favorites. Sonic Heroes I found pretty good. What else was there? Sonic Unleashed, which I feel like is a criminally underrated game. Sonic Colors, which I think a lot of people can agree with. Which I feel, yeah, I think a lot of people can agree is one of the better Sonic games of this generation. And Sonic Generations, which, you know, that was just basically a love letter to all the fans, I feel like. So of course Sonic Generations was good. Of course the Sonic Forces, I feel like they just really oh yeah, same thing again, same deal. Anyways, I don't even know why I'm talking about Sonic in a Resident Evil game. I think I should leave that for when I play a Sonic game. Oh, oh, look at that. Okay. No. So we're done there. And you already know what's next. We gotta battle Yawn. Or, we're not gonna battle Yawn, but we're gonna encounter Yawn. And so, you guys already know by this point. If you're afraid of snakes, just skip on ahead. Or just close your eyes until you hear me escape the room. Alright, let's go back in here. Let's see. Hopefully we don't. This time we don't get bitten by Yawn like we did with Chris. Because then at that point we'll have to get the serum again.
Payback time.
And so as you see this time actually Richard actually does come, and he actually does come and help us out with Yawn. So he just keeps Yawn distracted while we get the death mask. Of course, the only issue with that is we can't get out of here until he essentially kills Yawn. Oh, that was close. Come on, Richard. There we go.
Thanks. Richard!
Oh, okay. And so there we go. Richard dies once again. That's why I feel really sorry for Richard. I feel like he just can't catch a break. I mean, you see, with both stories, he gets bitten by Yawn, which I can't, and gets poisoned, which I can't imagine. Which, yeah, I can't imagine can be fun. I mean, imagine getting bit by a snake that big and getting poisoned. And then with Chris, if we save him with the serum, he sacrifices himself and gets eaten by a shark. And then with Jill, he sacrifices himself and gets eaten by Yawn. And if you just don't get the serum at all, or you're too, you spend too much time with the serum, he just straight up dies. So that's the thing with Richard. He's destined to die, and that's sad. But hey, it is what it is. So yeah, you see with that scenario, that's another situation in which you can see that Jill's story is a little easier because you have Richard who helps distract Yawn for you while you pick up the death mask, and we actually pick up the assault shotgun much earlier. But despite it being easier, I'd say I like Jill more than Chris, if I have to be honest. I don't know, I just think Jill is what can I say? Jill is just I don't know, she's more intelligent, she's more resourceful. Not to mention, I feel like she's very instinctive as well, I feel. Whereas Chris, I mean, Chris is really strong, and I feel like he's also very, he's very determined. And he cares about, he's willing to put his life on the line for others. So where do we go from here? Oh yeah, we gotta go get the We gotta go get the, what was it? Oh, the wind crest, right. So we can pick up the magnum. Plus, I think Jill is pretty badass too. Okay, so we actually don't need this lighter anymore. And then I do need to free up some slots. Yeah, I do want to free up some slots for the bee, or yeah, for the bee specimen and the lure of the bee and all that. So let's go upstairs. We go in here. Oh, and I just realized there's some ink ribbons in there. Oh, we don't need it. Nah, just go straight to getting the wind crest. So you know the deal. We gotta pick up this layer of a bee. We don't want to press that. And take the fish hook. Combine. Then we get the bee specimen. Then we place the lure on here. And then the bee specimen for over here. Oh, okay. So we're picking that up, and let's get on out of here before that bee can sting us. Yeah, believe it or not, back when I was still new to this game and I didn't really know how it worked, I would actually grab the handgun and shoot the bee. Yeah, you can actually shoot it, but can't believe I would actually, you know, shoot it. Of course, this was a handgun magazine, so that's no big deal. So I'm actually gonna combine these two herbs. And we'll take this ink ribbon. You know, it doesn't hurt to have more ink ribbons. I believe that's everything in here, yep. So let's get on out of here. Oh. Okay, and so now we go back into the save room. I think I'm gonna save right now, since we are gonna go fight the Crimson Head prototype. So just to be safe, you know. I believe. Actually, yeah, no, we still do need that key. What am I talking about? Okay. So let's use an ink ribbon.